Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony alongside, and our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. And a look at the injury situation. 2 players injured. One of their stars is out. Something they're going to have to overcome tonight.
2 players injured. One of their stars out. Something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Williams and Shamet are the guard set. JaMychal Green is out there with Harrell, and it's George in at the 3. And for the Bulls, Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's B in at the point. Looking at the season so far, Steve, feels like every perimeter player is working on that step-back 3. What's making that shot so popular?
You know, I think, Kevin, now in this stage, there's no hand checking. So you already have spacing. And now to be able to step back and knock down a 3, it creates more. Back in the day with hand checking, it would have been hard to step back with an arm grabbing you and holding you. So I think guys are, you know, somewhat playing by the rules and using their rules to their advantage.
Great explanation. It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And he makes both free throws.
And the Bulls had Boylan step in as an interim coach last season, Smitty, but decided to give him the keys to the car this year as well.
A surprise move as Boylan immediately was at odds with the players. Management sided with the coach. Interesting message to send to a young team looking to develop.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Basket counts.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Here's B. Good, nice job down low.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. There are few players more gifted athletically than Zach LaVine. Coach made it clear their focus is trying to contain him offensively. Good luck with trying to keep him between the ball and the basket.
Thank you, David. Here's B. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And it's 7 points for B.
Beautiful find by Carter. Sees the floor really well for a young big.
Williams passes to Harrell. He dishes it to George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding the trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's B trying to get open as Carter. No good from B.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
And George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Now here's Porter. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Here's Shamet, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Zach LaVine.
It was a busy rookie season for Landry Shamet. He got off to a hot start in Philadelphia, but was traded near the deadline to the Clippers. Slotted in as a starter there and looked great.
And last year for Shamet, even with the trade from Philadelphia, that was still very productive.
Reason why the shooting from outside is what jumps out at you. Rarely do you ever see a rookie come in and shoot over 40% from deep like Shamet did.
Here's B. The layup off target.
I mean, you won't see this too often. getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
And Harrell slams it in.
I mean, a dunk machine dating back to high school. Montrezl Harrell is an absolute monster around the rim.
Here's B, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Bulls have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Los Angeles leading by 4.
Who got PG?
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. They get it back. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Timberwolves at Target Center. B, that's good, and it's Levine with the assist. And 12 points for B.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now. Tremendous box out. I love how he bodied up, held his ground. Textbook, old school rebounding.
Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. Releases from 15, and it's in there. George has got 8 points.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Here's B. Great D that time from Harrell.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now, here's Shamet. Coming off a solid outing against Minnesota. Williams can't get it to go. Chicago has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. To the middle, here's B, and he banks in the layup. 16 points for him.
Despite the shot-first mentality, Levine understands he also needs to facilitate for this offense to run well.
Here's George. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
But hey, it's a different season, and anything can happen.
Out to the wing. Here's B. No good on the 3. Clippers leading by 3. Williams kicks to Shamet. Lets it go. Again, the Clippers.
You know, he's still a streaky shooter, but Lou Williams has refined his jumper to the point where it's much more consistent.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of 3-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting 3.
I would.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Harrell is out there with Green, and it's Williams at the 1 spot. The baseline J. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that's 21 points for Paul George.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
B, he's guarded by Williams. From the wing. They get it again. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Porter passes to B. Just 5 to shoot. Tries it again. Rebound by Harrell. Los Angeles leading by 7. Down low, here's George. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Outside, Markkanen. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's B. And such a nice move to make the basket work. B's got 18 points.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, B in that last game against the Hornets was phenomenal. He scored 53 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He was a real problem for the defense. He just seemed to get what he wanted out there, and I'm sure his team is thankful for that. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
And that's what every player has control of, his level of activity. It allows you to impact the game even if the shot isn't falling.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Back to Williams. Here's the 3. He's off on that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. B, he's guarded by Williams. Here's B, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Clearly a foul.
Bulls have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Antonio Blakeney's checked in for Young. And the Clippers call time here. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
What was beautiful, it was a tremendous game plan coming in. You saw the execution and you saw the results.
Outside Williams. Green finds George. Porter with a block.
Otto Porter with the reach to get that one. He gobbled it up.
No good from B.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
The shot by George, no good. Bulls trail by 3. No good from B.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
Here's Williams over Porter, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, last season, a season of change for the Bulls. They missed the playoffs with a 22-win season, and they did have a change of head coaches. Not the results many hoped for going into the year.
Smitty, as you said, the Bulls were a pick by many to compete last season.
Yeah, and this team, they continued to tinker with this roster. They made the trade for Otto Porter to be a part of their future. And you know what? The rebuild continues on.
Chicago's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. And the Bulls with another miss.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Shamet. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Levine, and there it is for him. Levine's got his 2nd basket of the game.
He has length and he has athleticism. Both of those help him operate inside and beat good defenses.
Shamet kicks to Williams. Puts it up from 12. Got a hand on it. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Though we don't think of Porter as an uber athlete, he shows great speed running the floor.
And Levine comes to help. The shot missing. Nice D from Porter.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Here is Williams. 32 points for him last game against Minnesota.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
Sinks the three-pointer. Williams has got 13.
Quick feet, quick release. Hard to check Lou Williams from beyond the arc.
B, the pass to Markkanen. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Season's still in its fledgling state, but enough basketball has been played to see how this year's rookie class is shaping up. A chance now to see the rookie race that shows which first-year players are making a big impact early in the race for the Rookie of the Year hardware. Well, you look at B. What a rookie year he's having, guys, atop the rankings right now. And even though it might be a tight call, he's definitely the favorite.
And what a feeling right now for him. I mean, sitting on top of the heap of all that young talent.
Even though this season's just getting started, it's a big accomplishment, a testament to his relative maturity.
Hey, Steve, if your team is holding on to a narrow lead, which player do you want defending that last shot of the game?
I would say Kawhi Leonard, Giannis because of his length, Paul George, Draymond Green, and I really love Klay Thompson. Not that he's going to block the shot, but he always stays in position.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
LaVine wide open. Wide open shot is on the money. LaVine's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And George kicks to Magruder. There's Harrell. And another shot. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Few guys play with Harrell's level of energy, and that gets him to the line with some frequency.
The Clippers have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. That's good from Harrell.
No wasted.
1 second left. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We come back right after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. LaVine is out there with B, and it's Carter in at the center position. And that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half. Porter against George. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. No good from B.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Williams' shot is off. Bulls trail by 13. Here's B. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And what was more fun to watch last season than Patrick Beverley checking Kevin Durant in the playoffs?
Patrick Beverley's energy and fight gave the Clippers a chance every night. Obviously, the Warriors' talent won out, but the Clippers made them work every step of the way.
Here's Williams. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pass to Markkanen. B. He's guarded by Williams. Here's B. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Harrell.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Williams gets the bucket.
Shifty with the dribble. Lou Williams knows what to do to get his shot off.
B, he's guarded by Williams. Passes it to Carter. Outside, Levine. Here's B. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists now in this one. And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And he can't bank that one in. Here's B, and good that time. B's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Outside Williams. Harrell with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Harrell dishes to George. The Clippers keep it alive. Second shot opportunity. That's good from Williams on the assist by Harrell. 21 points for Williams.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's B, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Steve, when it comes to creating contact, which offensive moves can create the impression of a foul where the defensive player can do nothing about it?
I think ripping through the defender's arms is really tough for the defensive guy right now, Kevin. That's a hard move to defend if you're the defender.
Smitty, I think guys actually practice this, don't they? Ways they can kind of lure a defensive player in like that.
They do. They're strong enough now, and also they are, like you said, practicing that type of move.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
George passes to Zubac. Second chance shot, and the layup is good.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
Bulls trail by 13. B, he's guarded by Williams. Outside, Levine. Pass to Markkanen. He kicks to Porter. The pass to B. Pocket 4. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Looking at the Bulls roster, there is a lot to like. They have a great collection of talent, and their core players are all very young and improving.
And the Bulls making a change here. Satoransky's checked in.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
And Steve, for the Bulls fans, their hopes lie in their young core.
Totally agree. The Bulls should focus on developing that core.
Clippers leading by 9. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Williams. He's out there with Paul George. Green is out there with Montrezl Harrell. It's Kabengele in at the 4. Here's George. And it's sent back by Carter.
That time, Carter's length and vertical paying dividends. He has tremendous potential as a rim protector. Can't fault the play call, even though he couldn't convert. That's a good shot.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set, and you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
George double teamed. Nobody near Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And now 24 points for Lou Williams. Levine kicks to Porter. Here's B. And too long on the shot. Clippers leading by 11. Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Wendell Carter. No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's B. That one no good. Great D that time from Harrell.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
And the Bulls with another miss.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Chicago. A 12-point game. Here's B. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Pass to Williams. Banked in off the glass. Williams has got 13 points in the second half.
Man, piling up the points. You see Williams getting the shots he wants.
Goes up the baseline. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from B.
It's amazing. No one can check him right now, but there's still work to do to cut into this lead.
Passes to Zubac. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. That one falls. Williams has got 7 now in this quarter.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
D. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
That free throw good from B. So he gets them both. Smitty, with players like Curry and Lillard taking such high difficulty shots from deep, deep range. I mean, these are just amazing. Some have said that it's hurting the game and that kids will try to emulate it. What do you think about that?
You know, Kevin, I think it is to some point, and to this point where so many kids now at a younger age are shooting the 3 ball from so deep. I would love for a lot of these guys to be able to show the work they put in, and then those kids try to emulate that. Tough. He's just so hard to keep off the foul line when he pushes the action. I love his activity here in the second half.
Both free throws good from B. Clippers leading by 10. With some arc, and Williams with the layup. Williams has got 32 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And they pick up 2. 43 points for B.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
George against Young. And no good on the shot. Trying to follow through after the contact, but he'll shoot 2 at the line instead. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chicago. And George drops them both. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's B. And the rejection by Zubac. The Clippers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Chicago called for the foul. That free throw good from Shamet. He hits both from the stripe. Bulls trail by 14. B, he's guarded by Williams. Here's B. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 42 in the game.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Here's B. And the rejection by Zubac. Fires for 3. The shot by George, no good.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And Markkanen throws it down.
The ability to play inside out. The more Markkanen attacks the rim, the more he creates opportunities for their perimeter game.
And the Clippers call time here.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening, guys.
Williams dishes to Green. Clock at 6. Pass to Zubac. Here's Williams. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And with LaVine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And, Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with LaVine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Thanks, guys. I got a status report from Los Angeles' head athletic trainer. Unfortunately, it looks like that injury is going to be a severely sprained ankle. You don't want to hear this news, as most teams are starting to hit their stride, so they're going to miss him while he's recovering from this injury. Kevin?
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it as always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
And we're seeing that across all sports. Guys are just getting bigger, faster. The human body can take only so much.
From deep, Green. The rebound by B. Bulls trail by 18. From 15 feet away. Fires from deep. And that one is off. Excellent D there from George. Good. George has got 44.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. With the NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty, they'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking about a lot about, you know, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
Kept alive, Markkanen, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
For a stretch 4 who spends a lot of time on the perimeter, Markkanen does a good job attacking the offensive glass.
Here's George. The shot from the low post is good. George has got 46 points.
Ooh, heat check after heat check. He rises to the occasion, trying to wheel his team to victory.
And here is Williams. There's the pass to Zubac. Back to Williams. They kick it out to Green. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
And that's what every team wants from their big man nowadays. JaMychal Green able to knock down the triple.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
No good from B.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
And again, no good by Chicago.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
George double teamed, fires the three. Porter pulls it in. Chicago's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. No good from B.
Man, at what point do you blame the play calling more than the player?
Outside Williams. Williams double teamed. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right.
Yo, Che. What's up? I want you to meet Chris. All right, he trains a lot of our guys in the offseason.
Oh, I know Chris, man. I follow you on Instagram. What's up?
Big fan of your game, Che.
For real?
Yeah, gotta respect someone that stands up for what's right.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
So look, if you ever want to get in the gym, just hit me up. We can get to work.
For sure.
We got a lot of trust in Chris, all right? Use him. He's a good resource.
Will do, man. I'll take you up on that.
Appreciate the trust, Coach.
All right, guys.
Hey, Che.
What's up, Vinny?
Now, I know you guys lost tonight, but you gotta take some satisfaction in how well you were able to put the ball in the basket, right? How did you feel out there?
I mean, I work hard on my game, so it's nice to see some results, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to get home this W, you know what I'm saying? You can score all the points you want, but if you're bringing home that L, you're not doing your job, and as simple as that, Vinny.
Che, you've shown in the past you're not afraid to stand up for what you believe in. I'm wondering if there's any causes right now that you're passionate about. Are you doing any charity work, or is there anything that's grabbed your attention, maybe politically?
You know, Patty, this city has shown me so much love, and it's a top priority for me to figure out a way to give back. I haven't gotten it all sorted out right now, but it's something I'm looking forward to.